All right, welcome back to Mr. Smith's Garage. Sorry, I've had trouble getting stuff posted lately. This is a really busy time for me with my work, and so back and forth across the country. I'm home kind of on the weekends, but I'm pretty busy with my second job. Anyway, yeah, you don't want to know all that stuff. Anyway, I wanted to get something out there for you just so that you kind of know what's coming up. Probably a few weeks out. Uh, let me show you what's been going on here at Mr. Smith's Garage. We do appreciate anybody that is subscribing. If you like these videos, keep commenting. Show me that you like them, and let me know in the comments if you want to see something else that you've seen around in the garage. Happy to, help my audience out with whatever you might be thinking. So, and we're going to take a look. This is the last thing that we've been working on. So this is the 787 SeaDoo old motor. So this one, if you want to take a look down here, you can see this was the case that broke out, right? Everything, everything looks pretty good where the crank was. This was still sealed. It was working just fine. I can't tell you whether or not it's a good crank, but I wanted to pull it apart just to kind of see what I'm looking at, because the next step is going to be pulling the motor out of this one. Again, fairly new motor. Maybe 10 hours on this thing, and it's sucking oil, probably from the lower crank seals, which on this one, this is where I believe it's sucking oil through these guys into the combustion chamber. And that's not good, because just too much liquid gets in there and it just kind of messes it up. So we're going to pull the motor out of that one. I'm going to go through with the whole process. This is kind of really the next thing that we're going to be doing. Pull the motor out of that one, go through the whole process, pull it apart, see if I can actually just reseal it. Got a new gasket kit, got some Loctite 518 to stick in there. If there's something else I should be doing besides just that, let me know. But this should all be new parts, so I'm hoping to be able to pull it apart, put it back together, and fire it up where it doesn't have the problems that it did. So that's the next big major process that I'm going to work on. I don't know if you see some stuff down here, but I do have all the pieces for Jack. We're going to do the suspension on Jack. That'll be a whole next series where we're going to go through the back. We're going to pull out these trailing arms. I've got some extra trailing arms I'm going to go show you outside in the shed. Going to see which trailing arms are the best. Clean them up, put them back in here. We do still have the 5-ribbed 091 transaxle. So that's going to go back in. That one's in good shape. Seals are good on it. Looks like all the shifting linkage, everything's good. I may put a new mount on there, but that's going to be part of that process of putting that all back in, cleaning it all up. Because the end goal is to get Jack out and driving. Once Jack is driving, it'll be a whole lot more fun, getting everything inside done. But I want to get it driving, get the tent back in the top, and then maybe even get a good paint job on there. So that's the next step. I'm going to take you outside, show you in the shed what I've got going, just so that you kind of see what's going on out there. All right, this is my parts shed. You can see we've got the rear deck lid. I got a couple of doors in here. There's a door. Got the panel for the side where I've got that dented piece. Got my extra wheels and tires in here from when Jill used to be lowered. You can see down here we've got all the engine tins that we need for that third engine rebuild that I've got. Down here you can see, back in here you can see I've got an extra set of trailing arms back there. So I do have some trailing arms back there with some stub axles, some drums. So we're going to see which ones are better when we go back on Jack. I do have some steering, my steering rack and pinion piece there, so we'll see if that one's a little bit better than the one that's on there. And the front spindles we've got off of that 82, we'll just check to see if those ones are better than the ones on the 81s. Got all my new bushings and everything that I need. There's the lower trailing, lower control arms there. All kinds of parts. Parts is parts. There's my new refrigerator. I don't even know if I'm going to put that in, but I've got a refrigerator, my grill, got a couple of bumpers. So this is basically where stuff stays out of the way so that I can actually work on the vehicle. Now there's an extra sway bar down there. So as you can see, we got a lot going on, lots to work on, lots to do, and can't wait to get through some of this work travel so I can get back into the garage here in the evenings and on the weekends and kind of show you what we're doing. Once again, first thing we're going to try and get going is this SeaDoo, because summer is coming and the lakes are full. We want to make sure that we can get out on those 2 SeaDoos, have a little bit of fun with the family, and that's kind of what's going on there. Once we get through that, then we're going to kind of go full bore into Jack through the summer, get him hopefully up and running without too much going on. And anyway, just wanted to get this out there so that you knew that I was still here. It's just been kind of crazy, so I appreciate your patience on getting some of these videos out. But I love the fact that you guys are following and enjoying the videos. Please let me know if there's something I should be doing that's different, that maybe you've experienced and you want to share, so that I don't do the same thing while I'm getting Jack back up and running. One more thing I need to do on Jill, that's the white 82 air-cooled van, is I gotta work on that California exhaust piece where the catalytic converter is. So the catalyst on that is right up against the valve cover, and I think that extra heat actually creates a problem with those gaskets, and I've got a leak now. After I've just fixed the transaxle, that 002 transaxle leak that I had from the seal, I noticed that I've now got a leak coming from my valve cover, and I'm assuming it's just the valve cover gasket. The hardest thing is getting in there and getting a good seal on it, because on that side, on the driver's side of the engine there, that catalyst is right up against it, and you really have to be tricky to get that bail back around it. So what I plan on doing on that is actually taking the exhaust off on that side, putting some new bolts in there, because those ones are pretty rusty to begin with, some new gaskets in there, and I think I might have to actually put a new EGR exhaust valve in there. I think the one's got quite a few holes on it. I might try and take it off and salvage it, see if I can actually weld up some pieces around it. It's like a little flat pan, if you're familiar with it. It's in the Bentley. You can see it. I got 2 of them. I got one for this one and one for the other one, because they're both California emissions. Just really happy to have you along. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time when I'm able to get back in here and pull that motor out of that SeaDoo.